Report. I have Dr. Riley with me today, and we are going to talk about the different types of journalism that exist and what classes we offer that correspond with those. So, myself and Dr. Riley. First, I want to talk about feature writing because it's one that I teach. It's basically a different type of writing in the sense that news reporting and writing deals with hard news. Feature writing is more kind of soft news, isn't maybe not the right word for it, but it's more of the storytelling. It's more of the human element. So while we're talking about what is newsworthy, we're going to talk about it from the perspective of individual people and their experiences. In this class, you write 3 feature stories over the course of the semester. You also do readings on an almost weekly basis, and that's a big part of the class. People tend to really enjoy that part of the class because you get to read a lot of feature writing and get a better understanding of what it is. This is an example of one of the stories that we read. It's about Franklin Farms, which is down the road, and it just makes for an interesting story to get to understand better. All right, next up we have business journalism, which could be business journalism in the sense of writing business stories for a publication, or it could mean writing for a publication that does business journalism. That's the example here I've got pictured. Dr. Riley, do you want to jump in and talk a little bit about business journalism?
Yeah, you'll write coverage that'll kind of cover how the local economy is doing, and then also look at business profiles, how to best describe and report on what a local business does to best inform your readers.
Okay.
Sports journalism, you'll cover Georgia Southern sports and athletics.
How is sports journalism different than what they learned in news reporting and writing?
They'll be covering Georgia Southern athletic events.
Okay, and then you're covering athletics. Fair enough. What about STEM?
You'll cover science journalism, so you'll learn a lot about how to take complicated science stuff and condense it down into something people can read.
So this example that we're looking at is a website that was created by the class?
Yeah, that's the website that the class updates to, so any of the content that you make will go to that website.
Okay, so nice little bonus there, you're getting published. So when you're thinking about your portfolio and what all that's going to entail, then you're getting something published. I did not put an image up for opinion because it's left up to you. What is your opinion?
Yeah, you'll learn how to write columns and editorials.
In a lot of ways, this is kind of what people want to do because you get to have your own voice, but there are technical aspects to how you go about writing opinion journalism, and that's what this class will teach you. Magazine writing and editing, this is going to be the types of content that you would find written in magazine. It's going to be a little bit closer to kind of feature writing than it would be hard news. Even if you're interested in things like entertainment, might tie into magazine. But the interesting thing about this class is that you're not just writing, but you're creating a magazine. You're editing it, putting it together, designing it. I believe they sell ads in this class, but this is one of Dr. K's. If you want more info, she can tell you more about it. A somewhat similar class, copy editing and design. We're also designing in this class. This is one of mine. A lot of people think this doesn't sound like a fun class because basically you're learning grammar and AP style and design. And a lot of people are like, ugh, grammar and AP style. But it's actually kind of a cool class because of the way that we do it. We're just doing exercises that help you better understand things like commas, whether or not to use the Oxford comma, things like that, So you're getting the experience of applying it in the class, but you're not necessarily writing whole stories. So if you are up for a class where you're going to get good experience and better understanding of rules, but maybe you've got enough, courses where you're writing stories at this point, this might be a good fit for you for that. And then the design part of it is a basic design element. So we spend 2 weeks on design principles out of this class. Digital journalism?
In digital journalism, we have it set up so that there are 2 different teams that will form at the beginning of the semester, and each team will compete against each other to have the best coverage. And then that'll be when I teach it. When Dr. K teaches it, it is election coverage on election years.
And last but not least, the capstone class, public affairs. Explain what public affairs means.
You'll cover local government.
So things like education, city government.
Yeah, city council, county commissions, that kind of thing.
Okay, so this is a slightly different type of reporting than news reporting writing, in that it's still hard news, but it's focused on local impacts on what happens in the community. Is that fair?
That's fair.
All right. Okay, so hopefully that gives you some ideas about what some of the classes are and some of the different types of journalism are. Feel free to let me know if you have any questions. Thanks, guys.